Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Thursday episode of FKA the Pod. I'm your host this week. My name is Trent, and as always, I'm joined by Seth and Reed. Say hello, Seth and Reed.
Hello, Seth and Reed.
Hello, Seth and Reed.
Thanks for being here, guys.
You're welcome for being here.
First order of business. Do you guys have anything to drink?
I do.
I'm back. Oh, you go, of course. You go. We just keep.
I've got the bleach bottle vodka, Memorial bleach bottle vodka, and I've also got. I went out to the store today, right before this podcast, to get me some ice cold Rolling Rock pale lagers, extra pale.
That was your nickname in high school,
which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, that's what I've got on deck.
Nice.
I'm back with triple soft drinks. Got the Coke Zero Sugar. I got the Gatorade Zero, and I got Water Zero.
Damn. Nice.
Water Zero.
Yeah.
Well, Reed, I'm glad that you have 3 drinks this week because I have 0.
Good.
I don't have anything here with me today.
Not even like a water?
Nothing. Well, I have it here. Hang on a second.
It's gonna be fucking parched.
I got a little bit of.
Is that some suja? Oh,
got a little bit of booch left.
We
I
hate
could
the
drink a little
booch.
bit of booch.
Anti-booch.
Synergy raw kombucha strawberry serenity flavor.
Synergy.
Wow. You moved to Seattle, and this is what happens to you.
Move to Seattle, you start booching.
Hey man, leave me alone. I just wanted to see what it's like on the booch side of the fence. All right.
Wait, is this your first booch or one of your first booches?
No, I've had booch before. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. No, it's booch strawberry. So.
Straw booch bee.
Yeah.
Booch berry.
Booch berry. Well, I'm going to take the shot, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Looking forward to these pods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the peek behind the curtain. We're doing 2 pods today, which is normal.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, I'm sure kind of everybody knew that by now. So
if you're watching on YouTube, you might have been clued into that, I guess. But
yeah, I guess.
How come these guys don't change every couple of days? They were the same shit. They always seem to be a little bit looser on the second one than on the Monday show.
Sheesh. It's because that disgusting, I don't know, like I think maybe sitting in the bleach bottle for all the time that I was drinking the delicious Ryan Stillhorn Memorial Fireball Cinnamon whiskey shots.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the bleach bottle vodka is aged in a bad way.
Yeah, you got that BPA.
I'm sure.
It's probably BPA free. I think we sucked all the BPA out of our plastics today, but who's to say?
Yeah, but not a couple of years ago.
It may be not food grade stuff, right?
Yeah,
if it actually was used to hold bleach, which it wasn't. But yeah, well, it's April, guys. Happy April.
Happy April. Shout out.
It is April. Yes, of course.
It was April.
There's always
episode 2.
Yeah, It's actually the second episode of April. We put out an episode on fucking April Fool's Day.
Yeah, you're the fool now, Seth.
And we didn't even talk about it.
Well, do you guys have any April Fool's Day stories or takes or anything there?
I'm kind of out of the April Fool's game. April Fool's jokes kind of fall off once you get out of middle school, I guess.
It's just like, I can't trust the internet even more than usual. I can't.
Yeah.
Well, you got pretty upset the other day when we were talking about the NYT games again. You and a bunch of other people, Trent, got upset about the connections, and I liked it.
Sure.
They replaced the words with emojis.
Yeah,
and I thought it was funny. That was cute. It was a nice little April Fool's Day thing for them to do.
I didn't mind the emojis. I just
seemed like you hated it.
I minded the use of the sheep emoji to say you instead of sheep. That's what I didn't like.
So this is a double difficult thing there, right? And I'm not mad at Connections. I've been playing Connections.
I'm disappointed.
I've been playing Connections since the first Connections day. I've probably missed, because they've only done like 100 or something of them. I've probably only missed like 2 or 3 Connections. Oh, I've been playing it ever since it started, though. Anyway, and I'm pretty good at it. I understand what Wine-A-Loo or whatever is trying to do with connections. I'm in there. They've actually used the word EWE before. And so I figured that's what it was when I saw the picture of the sheep and like knew this other stuff. And so I think for a couple of reasons, I've also played a lot of New York Times games and kind of get their thing. So anyway, I got this right, but this is a double difficult one because like I think an average person, I don't know if they really know what EWE means or how it's pronounced.
Ew.
Sure.
Yeah, it's an ew, not a U. Right? I'm pretty sure it's a ew.
I think it's a U. I think that's how you pronounce it. But
you.
But like, who knows that in 2024? You know, this isn't like
Who's hanging around with baby
1850
sheep?
where we're all raising baby sheep and stuff like that. And so, yeah, for you to translate from an emoji to a word that you're unfamiliar with, it might be a big jump there. But I like the emojis thing. I came in with a perfect dub on that one.
I did just as well as I normally do. So it means I got like one row and then I failed the rest of them. Like Trent and Seth send in their scores and like they always win it. I send my score in every time and I'm failing like almost all the time.
I don't always win it. I'm solidly in the middle of you guys. All right.
I feel like they heard the feedback from Monday and they gave us a really easy one because like even I hit this one. I hit it in 4.
Right.
I was like, come on.
Oh man.
Dang, dude. I'm trying to think of some classic April Fool's shenanigans.
Well, April Fool's on me because I started a new job on Monday and this will take me into my psycho move, right? So I'm walking in,
Good.
new job, and office setting. I'm walking past. These two people are having like a little, like not really a meeting, but they're talking. You know, one's in the doing one's at their desk. You know, doing a little morning talk.
That's a classic office thing. Like somebody like leaning on the door frame, talking to somebody. Yeah. Wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And this guy's got a spoon and he's got a container, and he's eating his breakfast, or what I can only assume to be his breakfast. Right. You guys want to take a guess what this man is eating out of a container with a spoon at 7:35 in the morning?
When you said spoon and a container, I immediately went to cereal.
Okay, so your guess is cereal.
Yeah.
So my thing with this is I think the most portable container of breakfast food is yogurt. But I think the reason you brought this up is because it's not yogurt. And I'm going to say it's kind of yogurt-like. Unless it's like a weird flavor of cereal or yogurt. But I think it's a yogurt-like substance that's not yogurt. I think it's like cottage cheese or something.
Oh, see, that would be acceptable. No, this man was eating helmets. Out of a jar.
Oh, he wasn't. Yeah. Oh, it's an April Fool's joke.
No, he was. Like, he had...
Hellman's.
He was dead ass just doing it. This was just in the middle of...
I thought you said helmets. And I was like, what is this? I was like, what is this snack called? Helmets that I've never heard of.
Sorry, best foods?
Hellman's? Like mayo? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's psychotic. That's insane.
No, it was yellow, bro. It looked like mayo because it was mayo.
No, I think he must have put some food coloring. I don't think he's just eating mayonnaise.
No, I think he's just a weirdo.
I think you got April Fooled here.
No, he's just having a conversation with another guy, and he's got the mayo thing in his hand, and he's spooning in there like mid-conversation. Like
that's a pretty sick April Fool's joke, though.
But it's a psycho move to eat mayonnaise in the office place, straight up with a spoon for breakfast while talking to another person. That's like 5 multipliers on the psycho move.
If true, yes.
Which it is, which I believe to be true.
Hey, but then again, is it a psycho move to do like a prank at your place of business? Probably. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it depends on what it is, I guess. You can't nobody's getting hurt, but that guy hurt me for sure.
Yeah, right.
Definitely hurt my impression of that guy for sure.
This week at work, I actually have been eating breakfast more than usual because I was gifted from my coworker who's newly diabetic. I was gifted a full box of Captain Crunch.
Nice.
Oh,
so I've been eating Captain Crunch at work every day. Damn. That's good. Something about breakfast at your office desk is like extra nice.
Because you're eating on company time.
That's right.
Is that the idea? Yeah.
Yeah. My commute was a lot longer. I commuted and ate breakfast, on the commute. I had a lot of drinkable breakfast foods. Like drinkable yogurt.
Yeah. Drinkable eggs.
No.
Drinkable mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Aioli.
Aioli. Squirting it right in there.
This is the second time in the last few episodes where we've done some gross food stuff. We had a lot of fish talk on prior podcasts recently, which, I don't mind a fish, but
you do now.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind it. I just don't eat it. But what was I about to say? Oh, so I did get April Fooled. My girlfriend Jill, she did an April Fool to me. And the April Fool was like, we have a thing of like gold chocolate coins, and she wrapped up like actual coins in one of these gold chocolate coin things and gave it to me.
No, dude. Man.
Unfortunately, the weight and the size of the coins was kind of off from the chocolate coin, so it wasn't like totally blending in, and so I kind of knew it was coming, which bummed her out.
You
but
play along or no? You just said called out. You're like, this is a fake. This is a real coin. Get out of here.
I wasn't able to play along because I was like laughing because it was funny, and she was like, "You hate my April Fool's joke." But I was like, "No, like it's supposed to be funny, and it is." Like,
yeah, I mean.
No, what the fuck, Seth? You didn't bite the coin, bro.
No, I unwrapped it first. I'm not going to bite it through the foil, but so that was my experience with April Fools. And then I didn't pull off any pranks because the day before April Fools is Easter, and we did some Easter stuff. And so I planned out some stuff for Easter gifts and stuff like that, like a little basket with some candies and stuff. But I didn't plan anything for April Fools, so it kind of fell through there. But speaking of the New York Times, there were some other people who also did some April Fool's jokes. And then I have a psycho move as well that I'd like to get to. So is there order you'd like to do here, Reed?
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Did you guys see that the Pokemon Company, famous obviously for their apps such as Pokemon Sleep, probably more famous for their other games such as Pokemon
Go and Pokemon Ranger. And Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, shit. How many games do they have now?
Pokemon Snap.
Or Pokemon Pinball or Pokemon Troze.
Pokemon Coliseum.
Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
What the hell?
Yeah, they've got a lot of games. They also announced on April Fool's Day that they were having a world championship for their app Pokemon Sleep, which was going to involve people competing by trying to sleep better than one another.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Isn't that just the normal version of Pokemon Sleep anyway?
So the video they had made it look like everybody was going to like a common location and you're sleeping in these different little cubicles and stuff like that. And they're like spectators and stuff like that. It was pretty well done. And they had like commentators and stuff who were like commentating over the people sleeping. That's awesome. So the video trailer thing for the championship was pretty good. I don't know how well the Pokemon Sleep app is doing. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. We talked about it on the podcast one time.
I downloaded it.
Nothing came out of that. I guess
that's as far as it went. Yeah. So I saw the Snorlax.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe I need to download that.
I saw him.
Haven't been getting.
I wouldn't score very high. Yeah, no. It's like you only got 5 hours of sleep last night. You didn't catch a single fucking thing. Here's a Weedle. You know.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man,
you got such bad sleep. We're gonna give you like a Rattata or whatever. Yeah. You're trying to unlock Snorlax sleep or whatever.
You have a Metapod.
Tinder also announced that it was creating a new position within their company for the chief executive or chief ghosting officer.
CGO.
The CGO, nice. Whose job it is to chase down people who stop sending you messages back.
That's funny. I like that one. That one's good. I like the April Fool. Well, here's the thing about April Fool's Day now is that like you're always going to be vigilant, right? Nobody's really ever going to trick you unless it's like super elaborate.
Vigilant.
That's what I said.
Yep. Yeah, you can't trust anything on the internet normally, but you like double can't trust anything on
Sure. Yeah.
on
Anyways,
yesterday.
the point is, like, I like the April Fool's jokes where they're aware that it's not going to land perfectly. And so they just have to make it extra funny because it's like obvious that it's a joke. You know what I'm saying? Those are good. Like the Tinder thing. I think that's perfect because everybody knows that it couldn't possibly be real, but it's still funny. You know?
And IGN had one that I thought was pretty good. Speaking of Pokemon, they did one like a spoof on the Virtual Boy. They're like, oh, it's the new Virtual Boy, which was like Nintendo's like, VR headset from like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's basically like a little strap that you put on your head and you put your Switch into it. So you just like hold the Switch in front of your face, kind of like a Google Cardboard.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like that. Man.
Yeah, this article I found has a lot of stuff about video game companies.
Yeah. I need to get back. I need to get like on Twitter or some sort of social media when all the fun shit happens. I don't get involved anymore.
X is bad. Reddit stinks too. Ever since that IPO, waiting for the new one. We need a new social media that's gonna.
Yeah, we need something.
We need to doom scroll somewhere else.
That's right.
I want to scroll upwards. You know, everyone we're always scrolling downwards.
Ooh.
I want to go up.
Yeah.
Next time. Maybe no sideways. Up or diagonal. That's all I want.
Just right quick. I've been reading a book recently. I finished it actually. Have you guys seen Portlandia, the TV show?
Nope.
I've seen a few episodes.
Have you seen anything with the feminist bookstore? That's like one of their sketches is they've got like a feminist bookstore.
Yeah, anyway, I think I've seen a little bit of that. Yeah,
that's the type of place where I bought this book. And
aren't you like fairy smut?
No, it's not very smart. It's nonfiction. It's about mushrooms. It's really weird. But anyway, they've got this chapter that's like, man, like mushrooms, like you can take like psilocybin and blah 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 blah. But it's got some interesting stuff about like the history of like people taking it, and like it used to be like, you know, and still is in many cultures, like ceremonial and stuff, and now it's kind of been, you know, taken by other people to go to Burning Man or whatever. Right. But anyway, it talked a little bit about how some of these people who like historically have used this, their conception of time, right, is that the past is in front of you and the future is behind you. And that was kind of like, if I was on mushrooms, which I wasn't at the time of reading that, I would have been like, whoa. But anyway, if we had somebody from like one of those places that believes that the future is behind us or whatever, you'd probably be scrolling upwards. Interesting thing to think about.
Yeah. Interesting. That is super cool. I feel like that's kind of weird. I was trying to think, you talking about that reminded me of a movie that I watched recently. And have you guys seen Donnie Darko with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Long time ago. Yeah.
So anyways, there's like a part of the movie where Jake Gyllenhaal is like, yeah, I can see people's like paths through time, right? And so he can like see where people are gonna be and shit like that. I don't know. It's super weird movie. Can hardly explain the plot of it, but it was just weird hearing you talk about that and being like, I've seen this shit before. It was strange.
I was thinking about how Kurt Vonnegut would have made the worst social media site ever. Impossible to determine what's going on.
You're right.
It's in like anti-chronological order. It's just everything's happening at the same time, but different times.
But sometimes happy. Yeah, but sometimes it's in order and sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's about aliens and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You get on the app one day and it's just like a fucking tweet from 2007. You're like, what the hell? How did this get here?
You just get someone else's feed. Like someone else's feed is on your phone today. This guy's.
Yeah. You wake up and it's like a second tower has hit the Pentagon. What? That doesn't even make sense.
Pentagon.
That's kind of crazy. That's become a meme. like a second blank is hit the blank is now like a meme. Like
that's kind of nuts, right?
Kind of took only took 23 years to become a meme.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
Oh man.
Olipop announced that they were doing a partnership with Pringles to release sour cream and onion soda.
Ew.
Oh hell yeah! I would totally drink that. I would totally drink that if it was real.
Dole, the fruit company, announced they're making a sleeping bag that looks like a banana.
Okay.
So it's like you unpeel the banana to get out of it.
Sure.
I like that. Do they make the whip too? Are they the whip people?
Yeah, the Dole Whip. Is that what you're talking about? The Dole Whip?
Dole Whip.
Mm-hmm. Scotch is in the tape company. Announced that they're creating a Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
Scotch.
Cool. Nice.
I think it's plaid.
Yeah, it's plaid. I think that one's pretty good.
Yeah, it's an easy one. Low hanging fruit. Low hanging tape.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. Well.
Moe's Southwest Grill and Sonic team up to produce a new slush flavor. You want to guess what the slush flavor is?
Beans. Or is it queso?
It's queso.
Of course.
Welcome to Moe's.
So those are the fun ones that I found. Oh, and also Minecraft. They created a new dimension within Minecraft, which is potato themed.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know what this year has to do with potatoes, but that was their April Fool's thing. I'm sure Fortnite was doing something. Reed, I don't know if you have an update for us there.
You get the Avatar people. You can get new Avatar and old Avatar. You can get Korra and Aang.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the blue people.
Yeah, same.
No, we're airbender and waterbender, and like so. The one thing, Aang, really known for being like a pacifist. Now you can have him and shoot people with a gun.
Nice.
As him.
Nice, dude. Classic egg.
Metal kill an animal and eat something.
Oh man. But Reed, you did mention psycho moves.
I did. I told you guys to come prepared because I saw that dude eating mayo.
Yeah, you asked us to come prepared with a psycho move. And I do have one. However, it involves me showing you guys a picture on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, audio listeners.
Hey, why don't you just share your screen to us?
But anyways, it is also office related. I drink a lot of coffee at work, and there's a cabinet that's above the coffee maker that is full of coffee mugs and everything. And I noticed there was a new one in there the other day, and I kind of wanted to share it with you guys. I ended up using it because I thought it was so psycho.
You can just take these mugs. These are just communal mugs.
I had to. Yeah, well, I use it and then I wash it and then I put it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
But anyways, This one, I'm holding it up to the screen. It's hard to tell what it is, but
does it have a dragon on it?
It's a black mug with a blue dragon on it.
Is that Aragon?
Kind of like Aragon-esque.
But not exactly.
Actually, Aragon. It's just a blue dragon, and then it has text on it, and it says the top text says, "In order to insult me," and then the bottom text says, "I must first value your opinion. Nice try, though." And that's the mug.
Wow, that's edgy as hell. Does it come with a fedora?
It's kind of funny if it's ironic.
Yeah.
But knowing the people I work with, they're a bunch of fucking engineers, a bunch of fucking nerds, right? If this is real, this is kind of psycho. All right. Myself is included. I'm also a nerd. All right. But that's the craziest mug I've ever seen if it's serious. Right.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that like a novelty coffee mug is oftentimes just for you because you're drinking out of a physical like ceramic mug that's really meant for your household. Yeah. My girlfriend Jill will probably, I don't know if she's going to email into the pod about this, but like I often take a ceramic mug like into my car and stuff like that, and she's with a hot liquid in it, and that's not something she would do. But oftentimes, right, this is like
that's a minor psycho move.
Yeah, sure. like tied to your home is this mug. So like,
no, she didn't email us about that. Yeah.
Well, she emails us about something else, but Yeah, like I don't know, having this in public or stocking the break room with this, leaving this in the break room, that's a different thing completely.
One place I worked at, they had like coffee mugs and like a dishwasher, and just like you just drink a coffee mug, you put it back in there. But
Yeah.
I always think I'm always more proponent of having like, I don't know, either disposable cups or like your own little tumbler type thing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, my office has disposable cups too, and I believe you're right, Seth.
If I
A
can
lot
make
of
trash
times,
and waste, I will.
sure. But Seth, I do feel like a lot of times coffee mugs are for yourself. You get a
Yeah,
novelty, funny coffee mug, you're going to use it, and maybe
at
you
your
go to
home.
the right, or if it's at your job, you leave it at your cubicle, and then you use it and you wash it out, and then you bring it back to your cubicle.
Right.
Yeah.
But my thing is like we have a cabinet that's full of mugs, and you're going to put the most cringe ass mug you can think of in the public cabinet. Like that's
Yeah.
weird, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna take it, and you're the crazy person.
Yeah, you're crazy for putting this one up for grabs because it's so weird. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Well, I guess this means you should go, I don't know, to a thrift store or something and try to find a cringy mug too and put
Yes,
it there, like as a
for sure.
plant.
You should try to find
Yeah.
an opposite one, like an opposite cringe mug.
Yeah, yeah. There was another mug that was like,
Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee.
well, it was like something about being an engineer. I'm always right, sort of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Ugh,
And
yeah.
that one's also cringy, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah.
something about the dragon and the I must first respect your opinion is just hilarious to me.
The dragon thing is pretty interesting for sure.
I bet if it was a train.
A train?
Yeah.
Instead of a dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I guess
I
it would
just
be
don't
more on
I would-
brand. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoever was saying that, how you said it. I don't trust myself to have an open cup at my desk.
Yeah,
It seems like an accident waiting to
that's
happen.
fair. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But
I witnessed a psycho move as well today.
Good.
So me and my girlfriend Jill were driving home. It's about 2 p.m. at the time. At the time of question. And we like our neighborhood in which we live, there's, families, people, pretty wide distribution of ages, except for people below like 35, not very many of those.
Mhm.
But every other age is pretty well represented, right? From 35 up until like 80.
And then like children.
Kinds of,
or no?
yeah, and very young children, people between the ages of like, 0 and 10.
Okay.
sure, yeah,
But so, when you're in the neighborhood, if it's a nice day, you're pretty likely to see somebody out walking. Maybe they're with a kid, maybe they're with a dog, maybe they're like 80 and they're walking around like with their husband or wife or whatever, getting some steps in the sunshine. So anyway, we're under a tornado watch right now. So yeah, I'm very committed to the
I see
the
you don't have your
podcast here.
helmet right now. You don't have a helmet on.
Hey, well, it's just a watch at the moment, not a warning. So we're good. The helmets are in the bathroom in the area of the best available
Shelter
refuge area or whatever it's called. But anyway, me and my girlfriend Jill were driving through a neighborhood and we see this guy, and he's just walking, right? He's alone, no dog, no child, nobody.
Not a psycho move.
Not a psycho move, walking around by yourself. That's totally fine. But then we notice that he's wearing like kind of a coordinating outfit. So from afar, it's like he's wearing this bright royal blue outfit. But the closer we get, it's like, we're getting a better picture of him. And it turns out this bright royal blue outfit, it's like these like cropped-ish pants. And there's some like sort of stripes or designs on his shirt. We get a little bit closer. It turns out that his shirt has like a number on it. It's a football jersey. And he's wearing football pads under this football jersey. And he's wearing the football pants, all matching like satiny royal blue. This guy is bald. He has a gray beard. He's like 55 to 65 years old, and he's walking around the neighborhood in like a football outfit uniform at like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Psycho move.
Yeah, that's pretty psycho. If I was over the age of 19, I would not be walking around in a neighborhood with.
If I was over the age of 19 and not to and from football practice, I wouldn't be in my football pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit's not comfortable.
And so, like, we were pretty convinced that this was a psycho move, but like, we were also just like, is he on the way to a costume party in April? Like, is he on the way to football practice? But like, the coach does not tend to dress up.
That's in the same of a cool, like, April Fool's thing. You could have like a Halloween style party. That'd be pretty sick.
Okay. At 2 p.m.
On Tuesday?
Well, okay.
After April Fool's
Day after.
The day after. Shit, you're right. Damn, yeah, I don't know, man. Weird.
Or maybe he lost his fantasy football thing, but it's April. Like, maybe his bracket lost, but it's like, I guess you do know if you lost, if all your teams are out or whatever.
But ours not in. Roll Tide. Let's go.
Yeah.
Until we face UConn.
Hey, we'll see. We just got to hit some threes, I think. But yeah, let us know if you thought that these moves were psycho. You can reach us. We're on all the social medias at FKThePod, and we're also on email, fkthepod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of emails,
Seth,
do you want to give us the theme song for emails?
Thank God. Thank you. Thank you.
We've got a email on the podcast. Having emails all the time. It's a email on the podcast. Emails. It's a little Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
It's Cheeseburger in Paradise for those who are wondering.
Well, this is from Seth's girlfriend Jill, titled Real Life Radio Host. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I was just listening to Thursday's episode and had to share with you that I very recently had an encounter with a real life radio host. It's unclear whether or not his tower was stolen. Good, I got to keep that on a short leash. Yeah, long story short, I was at this professional development thing for comms professionals, which she is, shout out, and the man sitting behind me was a radio host and probably 79 years old. We'll round it up to 80. I started writing down his quotes verbatim because I needed to share with someone, so I'm sending them to you. Quote unquote, when asking a question during a consumer insights presentation. Oh, sorry, that was the action. So quote unquote, now in my neck of woods, I work in the black belt. I don't believe we have data. Maybe he said data. I'm not sure.
Huh, dude?
There's just no data there.
No data in the black belt.
No.
This guy works on radio. Guys, I think we have a bright future.
I think we have a very physical radio.
Probably don't believe in analytics. This is asking about data privacy laws. What is this egregious thing that had happened? What poked the bear that made us need these laws in the first place? Okay, dude,
that's a classic senator situation, right? They send in some young tech person, and it's like, now, what are you doing with this data?
Hey, Mark, how come I can't change my Twitter picture? Mark, what's going on? Mark, help me. Mark. This is asking about engagement. Do the people that post the coercive media, like those posts that say, like this if you believe in God, and if you don't, you're going to hell, what do they do with that information? Why do they need to... I'm assuming he sounds like that because this took place in Alabama. So
he's on radio. He's probably got a deep voice, like a good radio voice. But yeah, I'm sure he.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have one of those.
No, you have a perfect voice for podcasting.
Yeah,
that's right.
Not radio though, and not voiceover. Yeah, I don't know that. Why does this man is asking good questions though? Why do they care?
Yeah, why do they want our data? Why do we need to be protected from our data?
Again, I don't know
stealing our data.
If it was his tower that was stolen, but either way, I don't think that he should have a platform. Agreed. This all leads me to ask you the question: what is the stupidest question you've heard asked, or wildest or most outdated statement that you've ever heard in a professional environment? I'm looking forward to hear your stories. As always, looking forward to the next pod. Warmest, your friend of the pod, Seth and Seth's girlfriend, Jill.
Thank you, Jill, for sending that email.
Interesting.
Who recently started a new position somewhere. I hit that auto reply.
Nice. Congrats.
Yep.
Kudos to you.
Kudos. So, I don't really have an example, I don't think yet off the top of my head. But my favorite example, speaking of like these data privacy things, like specifically, because I think there was some presentation on like data privacy is what it sounds like. And this guy was like, why do we need our data to be private? I put everything on Facebook or whatever. But one of my favorite things from like a congressional hearing was that person who was like, now if Facebook doesn't charge money for people to use it, how do y'all make money? And then Mark Zuckerberg was like, we have ads.
That's a good Mark Zuckerberg. You got the cadence down.
Thanks. I've been trying to keep up with his New Year's resolution thing. So I didn't do it this year, but in the past.
Oh, right. Of course.
So
I don't have like a specific verbatim quote, but at my last workplace that I was at a month ago, I was the youngest person there by a long shot. I was like surrounded by grandmas, and they were to the right of me, let's say, and on the political spectrum, they sat in front and behind me in the cubes, but they were talking about welfare queens and like how they openly just did not like Biden's State of the Union address. Yeah. And I was just like throwing around. That was interesting. So I just came out and like, I really liked it. I thought he did a pretty good job. He did better than I expected, which is true. He did way better than I thought. He did way better than I thought he would do.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, did you guys see the thing where people think that the Bill Clinton who was at the fundraiser that Joe Biden had a couple days ago wasn't the real Bill Clinton?
Oh, let's go.
We got a fake Bill Clinton out there.
Kate Middleton to Bill Clinton. And now Bill Clinton's going to come out having cancer too. And we're going to all feel bad about talking bad about this sex creep. Yeah. Probably not.
Right.
But have us frozen in our tracks.
Yeah, it looks like Seth is scared of a cancerous Bill Clinton. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, the tornado must be getting pretty close to his place. Interesting.
Oh shit, that could actually.
So what were we talking about? Oh, I'm trying to think if I've heard any dumb questions in the workplace.
As you ponder that, people were just saying the F word out loud today in the office, and I think that's just kind of weird. I don't mind, I think shit is as bad as you can get in the office. Right. You can't be throwing fucks around in the office place.
Yeah, no, I kind of get that. Well, I mean, up until I think recently, I was a big proponent of being able to curse at work. It's not a big deal. But there are some younger whippersnappers that have started working at my office recently, and it's just kind of like weird for them to be like so openly cursing at work,
Oh yeah, no,
it's strange.
Yeah, these people were older than me. That was the crazy thing, and I'll clutch my pearls at the word "fuck" if I'm in the office place. Gee.
Yeah, that's funny. I will say, I did one time hear a person at a previous job ask someone what kind of Mexican they were.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Question to ask. That's awful.
Yeah, I'm from Jalisco.
Oh shit, that was pretty crazy.
This is kind of specific to Tuscaloosa. But one time a colleague of mine, and so this is really only going to be funny to the two of you and anybody who's lived in Tuscaloosa. But they were like, "What's the campus party store? It's like never open." The campus party store, of course, being Galette's, which is a bar that's open in the evenings, tends to be.
Yeah, right.
So I just thought that was funny. This is somebody who's lived here for like years and years and years.
I was a little slow. I was slow on the uptake on that one as well. I'll put myself.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I never even knew it was called the campus party store.
Well, there's a sign that says campus party store, and it's like right next to Galette's. For a little bit, I was like, oh, it's probably just like, I thought it was like it's open in the morning or something. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah.
so I cut out a little bit there.
You know,
I believe
we vamped. We're good.
we're good.
You
We're
didn't
good.
miss nothing. But I got something. We'll move on from crazy workplace things. Though one time I was told when I was in Alabama by a coworker, you sound like you drink more coffee than tea. That's still been in my mind. I don't know what that means at all.
Yeah, what the hell? Okay.
But now that I'm back here, people think I'm from Alabama sometimes, and that's not it.
That's crazy.
That's
insane.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. No, I'm from I'm literally up the street, homie. That's where I'm from. But speaking of crazy, speaking of dumb, speaking of totally destroying stuff, I saw Godzilla X Kong this past weekend. That's how
Okay.
I saw that.
All right.
If I hope none of you guys are prepared, like want to see this movie too bad, because I'm gonna give a whole synopsis of the entire movie.
I've seen one movie in theaters in the past calendar year. So, and this is not going to be the second one, for sure.
I figured.
Sure,
I mean,
yeah.
we talked big about Godzilla versus Kong before, so I thought this might be a hit. So this is Godzilla X Kong, the new movie about Godzilla and Kong, and they don't call him King Kong anymore. He lost his title, because Godzilla's the king of the monsters. That's what I kind of noticed.
So is that what happened at the last one? That they well, Godzilla was beating up King Kong, but then they both teamed up already to beat Robo Godzilla.
No, yeah, Godzilla was winning. He was kicking Kong's ass. Then they go to Middle Earth and they get an axe, and then they come up and they fight Mecha Godzilla as a little team up, right? The end. Right. And then they go their separate ways. Kong goes down to Middle Earth, or the Hollow Earth, but I'm gonna call it Middle Earth because it's funnier. So we start out, and Kong's chilling in Middle Earth, and he's sad because he's the
Fellowship. Yeah, he's in the Shire.
Yeah, he's the only big monkey, so he's sad, right? So he's going around, he's hunting, he gets some guts on him, and then he tears a wolf in half, gets some guts on him, so then he goes and takes a little Shrek shower in like a waterfall.
Is it like a giant wolf?
See, there's a big problem with this because in Middle Earth, I think all these animals are giant, but it's kind of hard to tell because Kong's big, but these animals are kind of big, but it seems like it could just be a regular gorilla fighting a regular shit, because everything in Middle Earth is big, which is the kind of a scaling problem the whole movie has. But when they go up, to normal Earth, to top Earth, or the solid Earth, unhollow Earth, there it's like everything's like, oh, these motherfuckers are big. Like even the small people are big. So yeah, he gets it going around, and then it cuts to the humans. They got the little science lady. She's doing her science shit, and her kid. And they're getting some radio waves in the satellite towers and blah, blah, blah. Some bullshit expositions happening. It's like, oh, Godzilla's doing this, Kong's doing that. Kong's chilling out. And then her adopted native daughter from the Iwi tribe, she's having some weird kind of spasms the same time that these radio waves are coming in. So then they call in Brian Tyree Henry, the paper boy from Atlanta. He's a podcaster. And they're like, the drawings that she's drawing look exactly like these radio waves, and they're just three.
He's
triangles.
like a conspiracy theory podcaster, right?
Yeah, he's a crackpot guy, but he was integral apparently in the last one somehow. Millie Bobby Brown, by the way, not in this movie. Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask, man. I was like, is Millie Bobby Brown in this movie? Because they would have put her in trailers, right?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
weird.
The woman. The lady scientist who's the director of Monarch, which is kind of a cool name. The deaf girl, Brian Tyree Henry, and then some British new character who's like a veterinarian who we haven't met yet, but we'll meet him soon. So the science mom goes and meets up with Brian Tyree Henry. And then we cut to Godzilla, and he's fighting a crab. He's fighting a big crab spider guy in Rome. He smokes him immediately, lasers him in the mouth. He's that's his go-to move. I'm going to open your mouth and I'm going to laser down your throat. And then he posts
that's pretty hardcore. Laser inside you.
Yeah, I'm going to open your mouth up and I'm going to shoot a laser beam into your chest. Yeah, so he does that. And then he goes and relaxes and chills out in the Coliseum. He just curls up in a little cat bed, but it's the Coliseum.
Okay. Nice, dude. I like Godzilla with personality. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then Kong goes up. So then we cut back to Kong. He's got a rotten tooth or whatever. So he goes up to meet with his human friends, and the scientist fixes his mouth. And you get a nice little funny dentist mouth thing. a little veterinarian thing, introducing that guy. And then they go down, the scientists go down, the humans go down with Kong to check out just some kind of outpost that's been destroyed. And they kind of go their separate ways as the humans do their human plot and Kong's doing Kong things, right?
Sure, yeah.
He goes around, he finds a smaller monkey. We'll call him a smaller giant monkey. We'll call him Kid Kong from now on. I don't know what his actual name is, but we'll call him Kid Kong. Then,
so where did he come from? If King Kong is the only one, they're just appeared a little like, are they born out of hollow Middle Earth?
Kong is from Skull Island, okay, but originally okay. These most of the big monkeys are from, or most of the big monkeys, we'll find out, have been imprisoned in Hollow Earth by Godzilla like a while ago, because the evil big monkeys were trying to start an ice age. They started the last ice age. And then,
oh right,
we'll get there.
So you're telling me this is all like a sequel to Planet of the Apes?
These are all connected. All of these movies are somehow connected, at least loosely, to Skull Island in the first Godzilla movie. They all,
sure, yeah.
They're all somehow they have continuity between each one of them. Continuity, right. Rather. Right. So Kong sees the Kid Kong. He's like, "Oh, cool! Finally, another big, smaller, big monkey." He's like, "I'll try to be friends." Kid Kong's not having it, calls out his other monkey gang of like normal, like adult big monkeys, but they're they're not as big as King Kong, obviously, because King Kong's the man. So then Kong gets ganged up by him, but then he kicks all of their asses. At one point, like one of them gets knocked off a cliff and Kong saves him. He does like the hero save thing, right? And picks him and pulls the guy back up onto the cliff, the big monkey. Other big monkey's still not having it, starts attacking him. Kong just punts him right back off. He saves this giant gorilla just to kick him right back off a cliff. So that was that's pretty gas. And in the mix of this, he picks up Kid Kong and uses Kid Kong as a weapon to beat up these other big monkeys.
Wow.
So it's pretty good.
Funny, dude. Oh shit, that's funny.
So then he forces Kid Kong to go take him to where the other big monkeys are at, kind of like God of War. It's kind of like a big God of War type vibe. Big guy with the axe, small orange guy. Meanwhile, Godzilla's doing his thing. He's hungry, so he goes and he sucks up the power from a nuclear power plant. He just straight up goes there and starts breathing, like inhaling all the nuke juice out of there.
Put it up like a giant boba tea.
Yeah, exactly. And then for some reason we're still sending missiles and shit at him. We've kind of learned at this point. I don't know how, like, why are we still sending missiles? But he's breaking drones because for some reason we're still attacking Godzilla. Like we're gonna do anything about it. Then Kid Kong, leads him there. He tries to trick King Kong, has him fight a serpent. King Kong kills the serpent, and then they go and they share the meal and they bond a little bit. They're growing a little closer. So then Godzilla goes to fight this dude. Then the humans, they're doing some human shit. They're going around little Middle Earth jungle. And there's like an asshole, like marine, like military guy that's with them. And then he gets killed. Yeah. He gets killed by a tree. Like a tree eats him. And then they find this ancient... they find this tree, like an ancient tribe, like the ancient tribe that the deaf girl's from. They find some of their ruins. Turns out
they lived in Hollow Earth.
No, she's from Skull Island, but so one of the sect is from Middle Earth, one of the sect is from Skull Island. It's important that she's from Skull Island because we'll find out that later the whole prophecy that this entire story hinges on is the fact that an Iwi person, which is what she is, comes from Skull Island back to Middle Earth to resurrect Mothra.
How is Iwi spelled? Is it spelled like you?
Is a Kiwi without a K.
That's good. Is it spelled like you? That's funny. So how did Skull Island get to where Skull Island is? Is that like the portal to Hollow Earth? Like, why is this so
there's
related?
There's a lot of portals to Hollow Earth. I don't really know how they got there. I've only seen this one and like parts of the other ones, like on planes and stuff. But I mean, I'm not really missing much, right? So as they're going around, they're messing around with the native civilization and stuff. Godzilla goes and fights Tiamat, who's like a big pink energy snake. So Godzilla kills him, obviously, and sucks out.
Big pink energy snake was my nickname in high school.
Yeah, so he kills him, sucks out his energy. You see a cool laser shoot out from underneath the water, and then you see the serpent fly up there. So then at that point, Godzilla powers up and he goes Super Saiyan God, which is like when they have the red hair, but he's got pink hair, so he levels up. The hands up, and humans meet the indigenous people, and they just unload tons of exposition onto us.
Sure. Yeah.
Basically, the apes used to be good, but then they went bad, and Godzilla and Mothra fucked them up. And then but Kong is okay because he's from Skull Island. And then a Skull Island Iwi will come back to Middle Earth and resurrect Mothra. So that's basically the plot. And the Scar King is the bad guy that we'll meet at right now, because Kong and Kid Kong, they go to the little lava cave where all the monkeys live, and they've been trapped. Kong's big dick swinging around, causing trouble by being nicer than the real rude minor monkeys that are there. Right. Mm-hmm. They're kicking people, they're not working hard enough. So one monkey kicks another monkey, hey, why'd you mess up that rock? And then Kong gives a hand out. So he's beating everyone up. Then Scar King comes out, the bad guy, right? Bad monkey guy. He's lanky. I don't think he's an orangutan, but he's kind of like a lankier gorilla, like a scrappy guy. And he's got a whip that's made out of spines. It's like a spine whip, and he kind of comes out and he looks like Chewbacca. He's got like a bandolier, but it's like a spine whip. It's pretty cool.
Wait, it comes out of his own spine?
No. It's someone else's spine. But he's like, he's got it wrapped around him, kind of like how Chewbacca's got that little chain, bandolier thing. So he comes out. Right. Kong, Scar King, they're fighting. Kong wins, or like kind of wins round one. But then all of a sudden, you see this blue crystal at the end of Scar King's spine whip. And he summons Ice Godzilla.
Because they want to start the Ice Age.
Yeah,
for some reason.
For some reason. Yeah, they have Ice Godzilla. I think he's got a different name. Might be Shimu, but he's just Ice Godzilla. Like, he straight up is just Godzilla, but shoots ice. Ice Godzilla ice lasers Kong, who gets his arm frozen because he's trying to do his little axe reflect move, but doesn't work because it's ice this time.
Right. It only works for laser beams. It doesn't work for ice.
It doesn't work for ice lasers, just like heat lasers. So then Kong runs back to where his Iwi deaf friend is and the other scientists are. So then he's surrounded by bad monkey search party. Things are looking bad, but then Kid Kong comes out of nowhere and activates one of Kong's traps that he has set up in his little hunting grounds, because Kong's a smart monkey guy now. Mm-hmm. So then the two protagonist monkeys go back to the humans. The humans are like, oh no, he's hurt and his arm's busted. What are we going to do? And they say, oh, right, you know what? Let's use the giant robotic arm that we made for King Kong that we just have.
Okay.
Already in Middle Earth. Let's go and get it. And then they call it in, and it flies in on as an Iron Man suit and attaches to his arm.
Okay. So it's like it's got like rocket boosters and stuff.
Yeah, it's straight up like an Iron Man, like Hulkbuster Iron Man, like Iron Man 3, where he's just like, they call him in. He's calling in tons of suits. They just call in the giant monkey robot arm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And they just did one arm. They didn't do like the rest of it.
The project was scrapped. And then good thing that they had the right arm, because his right arm was frostbit.
That's good. That's lucky.
Yeah. So, and it's a good thing he has a weapon now, because he left the axe in the lava cave because he got his ass beat by Ice Godzilla.
For sure. Yeah.
But one bad monkey survived and reports back to Scar King. So the war's about to start with the big monkeys. So Kong goes up to go find Godzilla, to go recruit Godzilla for this war against the monkeys. And Godzilla's pissed because Kong's here. He's like, what the fuck? What are you doing on my turf? I told you to stay in Middle Earth, you monkey. And Godzilla yells from the top of the Rock of Gibraltar. A dolphin dives into the water and starts swimming to King Kong, who's at the pyramids in Egypt, who's yelling for him. And it's unclear whether or not they can see each other or not, but they can definitely hear each other. And Gibraltar and Egypt aren't that far away, from what I understand. So they meet up and they start beating the shit out of each other on top of the pyramids of Egypt.
Okay, wait. King Kong and Godzilla are fighting now.
King Kong and Godzilla are fighting, right?
Okay.
Because
they
before
have
you
to.
team
It's
up,
their movie.
it's there. Come on, it's Godzilla x Kong. Godzilla's got to be in the Kong movie because this is basically a Kong movie.
Yeah, but I thought they were going to be on the same team, but they're going to fight a little bit and then realize there's a greater threat.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. Have you ever seen like a team up movie? They always fight a little bit at the beginning. We're just like an hour into this shit at this point. There's only an hour and 50 minutes.
It's like Iron Man and Captain America, man. Come on.
Yeah. It's like this is basically Batman versus Superman, but everyone's a giant fucking monster. Like that's basically what it is. But it's a much closer fight now on the pyramids because King Kong's got the power glove, but basically Godzilla's still gonna win this shit. Then all of a sudden Mothra comes up because I'm skipping some stuff, but the Iwi tribe, the girl from Skull Island, she resurrected Mothra. She walked up to a giant glass staircase, summoned Mothra. Mothra's back.
Okay, and Mothra is a good guy.
Mothra's the queen of the monsters.
The queen of the monsters, and Godzilla is the king.
Yeah. So okay. I don't know how that works out, but hey, no judging, right? So then Mothra's like, hey, don't do that. So then they stop, like, chill out. Let's go work together and smoke these other monkeys. And they're like, yeah, well, fine. We'll go smoke these other monkeys and ice Godzilla. So they start fighting them in Middle Earth. But Scar King and Ice Godzilla make it onto the surface anyway. So now it's King Kong and Godzilla versus Scar King and Ice Godzilla. So they're running in. They both of the monkeys are riding both of the Godzillas, like their respective Godzilla, into battle. And they start fighting. And Ice Godzilla starts freezing the ozone, and then all four of them they all just start battling the shit out of each other in Rio de Janeiro. And Rio de Janeiro gets fucking leveled. You see you see the big Jesus guy, he's chilling up there, so it's Rio. And then they start buying everything. And
they traveled quite a ways.
Not Hollow Earth, bro. Middle Earth. They got the portals.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I forgot they went through Hollow Earth to get there.
They entered one portal from Egypt, and then they went up another portal into Rio. Because somehow Middle Earth, right? But it's basically like a stalemate between Ice Godzilla and regular Godzilla versus Good Monkey and Bad Monkey, right? Mm-hmm. And everyone's fighting over this little blue crystal at the end of the whip. So they're it's a stalemate. Things are getting down. Looks like Bad Monkey's going to kill Godzilla, but then all of a sudden Kid Kong comes out from the portal because he was left behind, and he comes with the axe. And
nice.
Comes out with the axe because King Kong doesn't need two weapons. He got the power glove, so Kid Kong's got the axe. Attacks Scar King. Crystal gets broken, so now it's 4v1 because Ice Godzilla flips immediately. As long as this dude doesn't have the crystal, I'm here to ice this motherfucking bastard. So Ice Godzilla freezes Scar King. Then King Kong does a backbreaker, like a Bane style backbreaker on him, and shatters him to pieces. And then
oh shit, dude.
So then Godzilla shoots a regular laser into the sky to counter the ice laser. And then Godzilla goes back home to the Coliseum. And then King Kong and Ice Godzilla go back. King Kong and Ice Godzilla go back and go rule over the lava cave with the monkeys.
Damn.
The end.
That's crazy, dude. I think hearing almost the entire plot makes me kind of want to see it more.
I don't agree. I don't. It does sound crazy, and I don't know. I guess maybe the marketing should have been different. Maybe it shouldn't be Godzilla X Kong. Maybe it should be Godzilla X Kong X Baby Kong X Mothra X Ice Godzilla
X Scar King.
Scar King
human
with
scientist
spine whip. Crazy how Millie Bobby Brown didn't want to be in this.
Yeah. But you don't know until the end, but even Kid Kong is huge. Because Kid Kong is just in Middle Earth the whole time, so it's kind of like an Ant-Man. Like you can't really tell that Ant-Man 3. You can't really tell that they're big or small because everything's either big or small. The scale's kind of messed up. Everything in Middle Earth's kind of the same. This whole movie is kind of just Ant-Man. Also, Ant-Man 3, a little bit. But So there's a scale issue. Can't really tell how big they are. Too much King Kong. That was one of my notes. Not enough Godzilla because Godzilla's way cooler. And
yeah,
Godzilla goes back home to the Coliseum, chills out there. But critically, 1 out of 5. Personally, 2.5 out of 5.
Oh shit!
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's tough, man.
I was there for the cool monster battles. Not enough Godzilla. So let us know what you thought of Godzilla X Kong or this podcast X Kong, or like, who would you rather fight? Like, would you rather have Ice Godzilla on your team or what? Let us know at FK the Pod. That's anywhere and everywhere, including at gmail.com, on YouTube, and on X, and on Instagram and Threads. Thank you for listening to the FKA podcast, and follow us on Twitter at FKA the Pod.